Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's Kendra here, and I'm back with another video. In today's video, we're going to go back to the tips and tricks for building in Second Life. If you remember, a couple weeks ago, I did a video on the basics of editing objects and moving them around and rotating them and resizing them and all that kind of stuff. Well, today we're going to talk about three tricks that I constantly use in Second Life, and that I've learned and are the most helpful when decorating. So behind me, I have just a few items. I just have a box that I've created, and then I have a couch here because I want to show you both with like just shapes and objects, which just helps you understand it. And then also that these things can be done with mesh objects as well. The first thing that trick I want to teach you is copying an item just in world without having to re-res an item from your inventory. All right, so we're going to use this box here. This is just real simple. Sometimes you may need to make a copy of an item, and it's just easier to drag a copy out. If you've ever watched my decorating videos, you'll oftentimes see me do that. So you're going to go into your edit menu, and you're going to be in the move section of the menu. All right, so you don't need the actual edit menu for this. All right, so the trick is I want to make a second box that is exactly the same as this box. All right. And the way I do that is I hold down the shift key on my keyboard, and then I grab a hold of the arrow and I drag the arrow across the screen. As you notice, when I dragged the arrow across the screen, it dragged a new copy of that box out. Okay. You can do this in any direction you want. You can go up, you can go left, all right, and you can drag down. All right, so now I've got a whole bunch of boxes here. Okay, so now you can make as many copies as you want. Each object is its own object. They're not connected in any way. You can move them freely of each other. You can rotate them freely. You can size them freely of each other. But they are the exact same size. They have the same texturing. They're the same shape. Everything is the same about them. All right. And I also have this couch out here because you can also do this with mesh objects. So the thing you have to make sure about, and this I'm going to show you in the edit menu, under the general tab, all the way at the bottom, it says next owner. You'll see a bunch of boxes. There's modify, copy, and transfer. The copy box right here should be checked for you to be able to do this. If it's not checked, that means this item is not copyable, which means you only have one item in your inventory. All right, it can't be copied. All right, so for example, this couch is copyable, so this trick will work with this couch. All right, so I'm holding down my shift key and I'm dragging the couch up. All right, as you can see, the couch is exactly the same. All right. Let me just move it down next to it. All right. So I can go and sit on this couch. All right. The animations are all there and it gives you all the menus you need. All right. Because I copied it, even the scripts to allow you to sit on it everything about the object is copied. Okay. So these are exactly the same, these two couches, down to the sitting and everything. Okay. So now we have an item here, and I pulled this out because I want to just show you what a non-copy item looks like. So we go into the edit menu. If you look down here under next owner, the next owner cannot copy the item. That box is not checked off. Okay, so that means when I click shift and I try to drag, it says copy failed because you lack permission to copy the object. All right, so that will happen with items that you cannot copy. All right, the next thing that is helpful is moving multiple items at the same time. All right, and I'm going to do this with these two couches um, because they're easier to see with the highlights. All right, so we're going into edit mode, but this couch is now highlighted. All right, now the same way you drag an item, you can group items too. So you hold on to the shift key. So you click on an object, then you hold on to a shift key and you click a second item. Now, if you notice, both of these items are highlighted now. That means I'm holding on to both of these items at the same time. So now if I edit these objects, move them around, I'm holding on to both of them at the same time. All right, so that's very helpful when you're moving around objects and you want to keep objects together. Um, Grabbing hold of both of them is helpful. Also, you can copy both of these items together. So now, while both items are highlighted, I'm going to hold down that shift key again, and while I'm holding down the shift key, I'm going to drag up. And now I have four couches because not only did I copy one of the couches, but I copied both items that I'm holding on to. A next thing I want to show you is very helpful with like lining items up that need to be precisely lined up. All right, so say this box is over here. When you're in your edit menu, you want to go to the object tab. All right, this object tab. And this gives you the coordinates of where your item is in like in position within Second Life. If you want this box to line up perfectly with this box, this is the quickest way to do it without doing it from your eye. This is the root box, if you, so to say, um, and this is the position you want. This box you want in. I should move it over here because you can't see that. All right, this box I want on top of this box. All right, so I'm going to take this box and I'm going to click on it. And there's a little C button. That means copy. You're going to be, and if I hover over it, it says copy position. So I'm going to click that C. It's now copied the position of that box. Now I'm going to click on this box and I'm going to click the P, and that's paste the position. So when I click on the P, it moves the box, automatically moves the box exactly in the same spot that the original box was in. All right. And now I can, from that position, they're all lined up and you can move it in one direction so that it is completely lined up with the other object. All right. And it's a great way to line items up. I use this most often in kitchens when I've got multiple cabinets that I want to make sure are in line, and it's so hard to line them up by eye. If you use this copy and paste method, it really helps. I also use it a lot with when I'm putting up sections of fences. The copy and paste always helps greatly there because you can really line it up perfectly. They're still not attached to each other, but you now have it exactly in line. You could do the same with mesh objects. So we're gonna make a copy of the couch, and we're gonna put it over there. All right, and we're gonna put it up in the air a little bit. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to go in our build tool menu in the objects tab, and you want to click. This is our original root couch, and we're going to copy that position, and then we're going to go over to this couch and we're going to paste it. Now, those couches are directly on top of each other. All right, it almost looks like it's one couch, but you see the flickering? That's because both couches are on top of each other. All right, but then if you move it, both couches are still there. They were just on top of each other. All right. But say you decide you move it, you can just click that P again and it'll move it exactly back into that position. All right. So, um, now that you can do the same thing with the sizes of boxes. All right. So this box, we're going to change the size of this box. All right. We're going to make it a little very different. Okay. If you want to resize an object, you can do the the thing with the size menu. Okay. Um, so this is the original. So you want this box to be the same size as this box. So you copy the size and then you go and click on this box and you paste it, and automatically this box is now the same size and shape as this box. You can do it one more time with the rotation. So, say you go a little bit crazy with your rotation of the box and you've got it like all out of whack. All right. You can copy the rotation of this box, click the C, and then you can click on this box and click P, and the rotation is exactly the same. So it works for all the position, the size, and your rotation of an object. All right. So the interesting thing about this is, and the reason I'm showing you on a mesh object is because I don't want you to, it doesn't work on objects with multiple pieces linked together. Okay. Um, this, and I'm talking about like resizing. Um, because I don't know why, but it doesn't work with mesh objects. So let me show you for example. So let's make a copy of the couch. All right, we have an exact replica of the couch, but we're going to make this couch really, really big. Actually, no, we're going to make it really, really small. Okay, so we have like a little baby Barbie couch here, okay? I want to make this it the same size as this couch. Well, it's not going to work for you, all right? So if you copy the size of this one and then you paste it into that one, the only thing that is going to resize is the root prims. And the root prim is basically the last objects that were attached when you link objects together. I'm going to do a video I'm going to do another video in this building series where I talk about linking objects, and we'll go into this a little bit more. But basically, this couch is made up of multiple objects. All right, so we have the legs of the couch, we have the pillows are separate pieces. They're all linked together, but they're separate pieces. And when you try to do the copying of the size, only one of those objects can change. So the rest of the object stays the same size, but only one piece of it. So you basically have just ruined this couch. So you have to delete it. So unfortunately, You can't change the copy the size of um, objects that are or items that are multiple objects linked together. That just doesn't work. This does work for the rotation. So, okay, so we have this couch. Let's make a copy of it. All right, and we're gonna make it all wonky. All right, so we want this couch. We want to be in the same position. This couch we want to be in the same position as this couch. So we copy the position of this couch, and then we paste it into that couch, and now they're in this. All right, so the only one that doesn't work with multiply linked items is this copying and pasting of the size. So unfortunately that's not going to work, but your position you can do and your rotation you can do, and it'll still work. All right, so those are the tips I have for you today. They're my most helpful ones when it comes to editing and moving around objects in Second Life. So I hope you found them as helpful as I did. If you found it helpful, I'd love you to click the thumbs up button. I have a couple more videos in this series that I think I am going to do. One is linking objects together and working with objects that are linked together and kind of manipulating those. That'll be one video. And the second video will be texturing and coloring items. So, like I said, click the thumbs up button if you found this video helpful or you enjoyed it and whatever. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I'd love for you to subscribe so that you can learn some things and just kind of hang out. I do lots of different things on this channel that you might find interesting about Second Life. Um, I have a Discord channel and lots of great people in the Discord channel. Helpful, loving, kind, um, silly, and everything. And we have a good time in there. I also have an Inworld group, so if you have some group spaces and you'd like to join my Inworld group, both the Discord and the Inworld group are linked in the description down below. So you feel free to um, join both of those. Also, click the little bell icon so you can be on this video, so you can be notified when I post a video or I go live. And that is it. So I will see you in my next video, whenever that may be. It might be a live stream, it may be a video. I don't know. Take care, guys. Bye.